Hello and welcome back to Portugal, to our Ask series, where we're going to answer the most asked question that we have ever had since some time ago, which is, what happened? And don't worry, we are going to make this less cryptic as we go through this process, but that is the order of the day today. You may or may not know that we've been making videos for quite some time, about 2 years, but Make Do Grow started on a very romantic day of this year, February the 14th. So that is what we are talking about in terms of this big question, what happened? What happened before? Now there have been some wonderful, far-fetched myths and conspiracy theories, so let's first dispel some of those and talk about what did not happen before we get to the crux of what did happen.
So the first obvious thing that didn't happen is we did not split up and we did not get divorced. We are still, mostly happily, together and doing this project. Another great one, my back didn't break. I didn't break a knee. Neither of us came down with any chronic illnesses or died from COVID. We are very much alive and kicking.
Speak for yourself.
That did not happen. No sicknesses, no mental health issues.
Speak for
other
yourself.
Than the existing ones. Oh, there was no legal issues with regard to the building. We have not done anything illegal. We are definitely working within the law, and the council has not come and told us to knock the building down. We are still allowed to live in a tent. No problems on that front.
There was no copyright infringement or trademark issues?
Exactly. So, for those who know the old story, the brand name that is attached to that old story is actually owned by us in the UK, so it's trademarked in the UK. There is no issues on that front. The website that was attached to that brand name is still up and running and functional. So no issues, trademark, copyright, other business owners, it's just owned by us. So none of that stuff. You'll be really disappointed when you hear what the real reason is, because some of these theories sound so much more exciting.
Yeah, they make a much better story.
So let's give some context for those who don't know what we are talking about, because it would be useful if you understood what we're talking about before we go on to explain what happened.
So we moved here to Portugal in August 2020, 2 years ago. And even before we moved, we started making videos. We came and did a scouting mission to come and check out the country, to come and look at some properties, and we filmed some of that process to share part of that journey, part of that experience for this new life that we were building. We started releasing those videos publicly in November 2020, and then we continued doing that, and haven't really stopped actually, but we continued in this kind of old world for a little over a year, and we built up a following which was quite surprising to us. We didn't think that many people would be interested in this kind of stuff, but we got to around the 45,000 mark in terms of people watching on a fairly regular basis. Within that first year we made just over 50 videos, so just over one a week I think it was, and everything was ticking along nicely. Although there was one big thing missing.
So along with making these videos, there was an opportunity for us to make some money. And if you've watched our income streams video, you know that we have a diversified portfolio of income streams. But on video number 5, where we qualified for being able to make some money from our videos, something else happened which meant we couldn't make money.
We were essentially banned from making money.
Yeah, and so we, for all of 2021, were fighting, appealing, trying to resolve this issue so that we could make some money. Unfortunately, even with the help of an outside third party, that wasn't possible. So let's talk about what happened.
And unfortunately, we don't know exactly what happened. The specifics were never revealed to us, but essentially what happened is we were the victims of a spam attack, and this caused a kind of knock-on reaction of being banned, being blacklisted, which was kind of frustrating because we maintain that we did nothing wrong. We had nothing to do with this. It was an external thing that had an impact on us. But at the end of the day, we came here with the income streams that we mentioned in the previous video. We were doing a bit of work. that we thought was going to turn into another income stream, or had the potential to, but it didn't. So we came here with 4 income streams, and we still had 4 income streams. But then shortly after all of that, this blacklisting of the videos had a knock-on effect elsewhere on our website. And the short version of that story is we lost the ability to make money through one of the income streams that we'd been building up for 5 years on our website. So we came here with 4 income streams, and we were down to 3, which was bad. We would still have been able to live on that without continuing to work, which is good, but we always like to have backup plans for backup plans and for backup plans. But we felt a little bit annoyed, shall we say, that something that was not within our control had the knock-on effect of us losing something that we had been working very hard on for many years. So we decided to do something about it.
That income stream on our website disappeared January 1st or 2nd this year in 2022. So we'd been making videos since November 2020. So just over a year later, we lost the income stream on our website. We knew it was coming because we'd been given a date last year that it would stop by. And it was late last year that we started to work on a plan to basically renew or replace that income stream that we were going to lose. And what we did is we started making a second set of videos with a new name, and we used that opportunity to change the name to something a little bit more
Us,
both of us, and inclusive of a wider selection of things. The old name had a lot of stereotypes, and
it was a loaded term.
That's it. It was a loaded term that we got a lot of grief for because some people were saying we were not good enough carrying that badge around. And that name really was my thing. I've been the one kind of being the warrior for that for quite a long time. And it was an opportunity for us to find something that fit the two of us much better. And make, do, and grow is exactly what we do. Both of us do. We are very, well, I'm not as creative as Guy, but we make stuff, we do a lot, and we're now growing. So we took that opportunity to rebadge, relabel, and make a whole new series of videos. And we have, within 6 months, reached the same number of viewers that we had before. We have replaced our income stream, and we both feel so much more comfortable with the new name and the new videos and the direction that we're going in. And it allowed us to, I don't know, be more authentic, be more us without having to carry this loaded term around. We are still just as interested in that subject area, or at least I am, and everything I do is kind of based around that value, but we don't get as much criticism and don't need to, you know, wear that label on our sleeves anymore, which is really nice that we can just be us. For us, it's really worked really well.
It's been a bit of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, and we can see ourselves now going forth with the Make, Do, Grow brand label, however you want to talk, for a long, long time, because it really fits what we're doing and who we are.
And I think it's more inclusive across the board, which is great. And it opens up lots of opportunity and lots of other things that we might do in the future without having to be like shoehorned into this banner of being all, you know, green and eco-friendly, sustainable and plastic-free and all that kind of stuff, which, as Kylie said, is still very much part of our ethos and our values, but we don't need to slap a label on it. And I think from reading some of the comments and hearing from some of you lovely people, you also appreciate that as well, which is great. So hopefully that answers the question without being too cryptic and too vague about it. We are being quite intentional about the words that we're using and the words that we're not using because we don't want something like this to happen again. But yeah, that is what happened. It happened. It wasn't ideal, but we've moved on, which is good. However, there is also the follow-on question of what about all those old videos? In fact, we've had lots of requests, lots of messages, private messages, emails, DMs on Instagram.
And sorry for not responding to all those people.
And sorry for not responding. Yeah, we get a lot of mail. Fortunately, it's all like fan mail, not hate mail. We can't reply to all of them, although we do read them all. But yeah, lots of people have been asking about those old videos because there's certain things that they've seen us do in the past, like building our whole off-grid living setup, our property searching, a lot of the early house renovation work, lots of working with lime and lots of ripping things out and pink toilets and all sorts of stuff like that. And the good news is we think we've worked out a way to show you some of that stuff. We were sprinkling some of it in with our flashback episodes, but they really don't kind of capture the full story of what happened. But what we're going to do is wrap up the Ask series temporarily. We'll come back to it, and we're going to start a new archive series.
So we're going to start back as far back as we can go, which is the property searching, because that's one of the things we get a lot of questions about. How did you find your house, etc., etc. So we'll go back all the way to the beginning, and we will republish. Well, first of all, we'll re-edit and republish those videos. But what we would like to know from you, those who have watched some of our old videos, are there videos you particularly would like to see again? And then we can kind of prioritize or get to speed and drop out the ones that no one has any interest of seeing.
I vote for the weather station.
There's 50-something videos. It would take us a whole year to republish them all if we were doing one a week. But what we'll do, we'll put them in the Monday slot. We'll label them as an archive video. We'll put them in their own playlist, and we will slowly get through them. What we might do is we might do a batch of 5 or 10 and then go back to ask for 5 or 10, etc., etc., just to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, leave your comments below if there's something very specific that you know there was an old video about that you would like to see, and we'll make sure to try and include as many as possible.
I guess whilst we're taking requests, if there's anything that you've not ever seen that you would like to see, let us know.
So there have actually been many questions about the solar. Again, there is a video in the old series, but we will do a new video. We just got an induction hob, and we're going to use that and pull some data. But we can also talk about the generator that we have. So that's going to come up on a Saturday video. But there is an episode in the past where we talk about our solar install right when we installed it.
Cool. You want to wrap it up?
No, you wrap it up.
No, you wrap it up.
So that's it for this week. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye. Kylie thinks this video is a bit too heavy on the talking, and I sort of agree. So we thought we'd throw in a bit of chicken TV at the end. Now the chickens are all in chicken jail because one of them keeps escaping and jumping over the fence and going to visit the neighbours. And until we can build a new fencing setup, they're going to be enjoying some small-scale free-ranging in their yard. But they are hilarious, so we'll leave you with a bit of chicken TV.
Who wants some lettuce? Hey?
You are the problem child, Sesame.
Come on. There you go. Hey? Oh, camera shy. We'll just put it on the ground, it's easy else. So soft. Yes, you are.
Got it stuck in your beak, Nigella.